Spain won the 2026 World Cup on the pitch. Argentina won the internet by losing it. One of those facts matters to FIFA. The other one is still getting clipped and reposted right now. Let's start with the boring part, because it actually happened first. Ferran Torres scored in the 106th minute, extra time. Argentina played almost half of that final with 10 men. Spain were, by every account, the better team for 120 minutes. Wider possession, more shots, fewer mistakes. That should have been the story. It was, for about 4 minutes. Then the final whistle blew, and Nahuel Molina swung at Rodri. Not a shove, a swing, mid-celebration, at a guy who hadn't touched him. Fan footage later showed Molina had spent the previous minute walking through Spain's celebration, deliberately getting in the way. That detail never made the highlight reel. The punch did. But this is just the opening act. Wait for what came next. Leandro Paredes had Eric Garcia by the throat. On camera. On live television. Gavi ran in to help his teammate. Paredes shoved him to the ground. An Argentina assistant coach was seen throwing a punch of his own. If Molina's swing made headlines, this made the 6 o'clock news in 4 countries. Here's the number that should embarrass everyone involved. This brawl became the single most watched football clip of the entire year. Not the final goal. Not the trophy lift. The fight. Wayne Rooney called it predictable. Said he'd seen the exact same thing from Argentina before. He pointed to their conduct against England just a week earlier in the semi-final. That's the pattern now. Not one bad night. A second one, 7 days apart. But the fight wasn't even the loudest statement Argentina made that night. When Spain lined up to lift the trophy, Argentina turned their backs. Messi and his teammates faced their own fans instead. Deliberately. On camera. Spain gave Argentina a guard of honor walking up to collect their runner-up medals. Argentina gave nothing back. Then, in the mixed zone, 26 Argentina players walked past every reporter. Silent. No interviews. No explanation. Just noise-canceling headphones and a closed door. That's 3 separate statements in one night. Fists, backs, silence. Each one louder than the actual scoreline. So here's where it gets uncomfortable, because Argentina aren't cartoon villains here. Diego Scaloni, their own manager, was one of the people trying to break it up. Lionel Messi shook hands with every single Spanish player before he left the pitch. He posted afterward that, "The pain is immense," and, "This wound will take time to heal." That's not the language of a man plotting chaos. That's just grief, filmed badly. Remember, this was likely Messi's last World Cup. 39 years old, one final shot, gone. Meanwhile, 19-year-old Lamine Yamal was on the other bench, just getting started. That's the quiet second story running under the loud one. An ending next to a beginning. And the most surprising defense of Argentina didn't come from Argentina at all. Gavi, the player Paredes shoved to the ground, said Argentina shouldn't be suspended. The victim asked FIFA to let it go. Let that sit for a second. Compare that to Gary Neville and Alan Shearer calling the scenes disgraceful on air. Compare it to Spain's own coach calling the conduct intolerable and unacceptable. Even the team that got hit was calmer about it than the pundits watching from a studio. That's the part the clips never show you. The quiet came from the wrong side. So what actually happened here? Let's name it properly. Call it the chaos dividend. The payout you get for losing loudly instead of quietly. Spain earned a trophy. Argentina earned 3 days of global conversation Spain never got. FIFA's disciplinary prosecutor is reviewing the incident right now. That's the official story. The unofficial story is that nobody who watched that fight remembers who scored the winner. Ask 100 people what happened in the 2026 World Cup final. More of them will describe a throat grab than a Ferran Torres finish. That's not a coincidence. That's just how attention works now. This isn't the first time a brawl outlasted the result that caused it. Boxing knows this trick better than anyone. A bad decision draws more eyes than a clean knockout. Controversy doesn't need to be liked. It just needs to be impossible to ignore. A clean 1-0 win, gone in 4 minutes, doesn't survive the algorithm. A brawl in a World Cup final survives for years. It's already a highlight reel. It'll get reposted every time someone needs a thumbnail for worst sportsmanship ever. Spain will have to keep reminding people they actually won the thing. So no, this isn't really about who won the World Cup. It's about what actually gets remembered 5 years from now. And the answer isn't the team with the medal around its neck. 5 years from now, most people won't remember the 106th minute goal at all. They'll remember a throat grab, a turned back, and a room full of silent headphones. That's the real cost of a chaos dividend. It doesn't just buy attention. It quietly replaces the thing that actually happened with the thing that got clipped. It's whichever moment made you stop scrolling. That night, it wasn't the goal. It was one quiet handshake in the middle of everyone else losing their minds.